In this first unit, we're going to be covering basic economic concepts. As you read through these lecture videos, I'm going to be pointing out some different words and things that you should be taking notes on and paying attention to. So the first big question is, what is economics? Our learning objectives are to define scarcity, to explain why individuals, businesses, and governments must make choices, to differentiate between micro and macroeconomics, to differentiate between positive and normative statements, to identify and give examples of the four factors of production, and to explain why entrepreneurs are willing to take risks. Here's a video that you can watch at your leisure that helps to define a very important word, and that is scarcity. So throughout the course of the semester, there'll be various videos like this that I will embed into the lecture notes. So what is economics? Anytime you see words in the lecture videos that are underlined or in different colors, like the scarcity is in blue, make sure you pay attention and you're um, taking notes on those vocab words. So economics is the science of scarcity, and scarcity means we have unlimited wants but limited resources. Because we have unlimited wants but our resources are limited, we have to make choices. So economics is the study of those choices that we make because of scarcity. So in economics, we're going to study the choices of individuals, of firms, and governments. So you have to choose between buying blue jeans, for example, or a pair of shoes. Businesses have to make choices about how many people they're going to hire. And governments have to make choices about where to spend money, such as on welfare. The textbook definition of economics is the social science concerned with the efficient use of scarce resources to achieve maximum satisfaction of economic wants. So, in other words, the study of how individuals in society deal with scarcity. Think about this quote. What does this quote have to do with the idea of scarcity? What is the difference between micro and macroeconomics? So here's some headlines. So I'm just going to scroll through these, and I want you to go back and think about this after I give you the definitions of micro and macroeconomics. So in microeconomics, we study small economic units such as individuals, firms, and markets. So examples are supply and demand in specific industries, production costs, and labor markets. Macroeconomics is the study of the larger economy as a whole. Examples would be studying economic growth, government spending, inflation, unemployment, and international trade. So I want you to go back and look at the previous slides and make a guess as to whether you think those would be in the area of micro or macroeconomics. How do we use economics? Economists use the scientific method to make generalizations and abstractions to develop theories. So this is called theoretical economics. These theories are then applied to help fix problems or meet economic goals, and that's called policy economics. We can define different statements as either being a positive statement based on fact, avoids a value judgment such as what ought to be. So think of these different statements based on the previous definitions. Are these positive or normative? The rising price of crude oil on world markets will lead to an increase in gas prices. A rise in average temperatures will likely increase the demand for sunscreen. Pollution is the most serious economic problem. The government should ban smoking in public places. And unemployment is more harmful than inflation, and inflation means prices rising. So here's the definitions of this, or not the definitions, rather the statements that would apply to each of these. So go back and look at the definitions of positive and normative and make sure that these statements are in how they're classified make sense to you.